Hi everyone, it's Gary Nicholson here for the Mountain Weather Information Service. This is your planning outlook on Friday the 5th of July. Now the weather patterns over the next week to 10 days or so look as though they're in a rather sluggish summer mode where there's not too much dynamic mobility in the atmosphere, slack pressure, not too much wind around is the main factor from that one on the mountains. Day-to-day variations in terms of low cloud and occasional patchy rain and maybe a few heavier showers at times, especially as we go maybe through the middle and second half of the week ahead. It's going to present fairly low confidence of absolute details more than a few days down the line, but we'll see what we can get out of it. For the weekend, first of all, Saturday sees a cold front having slipped southwards. That's a system that's been plaguing much of the Highlands for a few days with low cloud and some rain. That dampness will be left across the southernmost parts of the Pennines in the morning, and for Wales as well. Not a great deal of rain on it, but just a nuisance value and stubborn low cloud, which may take a while to break up. It will clear for a good part of the Pennines and the lakes, some sunshine coming through, and a bright day across much of the Highlands as well, with some broken cloud, some sunshine, and just the chance of one or two isolated showers. It's a cool air mass that's in charge as we go through into Sunday, so a chilly start on the mountains and even in some of the valleys and the glens, temperatures dipping away to the lower end of single figures. A decent day on the cards for many places, one or two squibs of showers around, but with pressure being high, these shouldn't amount to a great deal. Winds are light and clouds should break through the morning to give some clearances to many higher tops. Monday looks a decent day too, slight high pressure opening out across the British Isles, so not too much wind overall. There's some fronts waiting in the wings out over the Atlantic, which may just push some lowering cloud and patchy drizzly rain onto the western coast of Scotland before the end of the day. Slim chance of any local showers breaking out elsewhere. I suspect the day is a bright one with, again, well broken cloud and a good amount of sunshine. A cool start, but warming up through the day. Tuesday not looking so sparkling though, as those fronts over the Atlantic make some inroads. Low cloud becoming extensive then, particularly across western hills with some rain and some drizzle around as well. Not too much of that making its way eastwards across the Highlands, although some patches of dampness here and there, and some drizzliness too across Irish Sea coastal hills too. Maybe the Peak District in a good part of Wales escaping dry with some brightness under high pressure in this part of the world. Temperatures will be lifting, it'll feel that bit more humid, hence the chance for the low cloud. And that low cloud again will be around into Wednesday. There'll be some variations just in terms of where the breaks do occur. It could depend just on local wind variations. Pressure again is trying to build a touch from the southwest, but it's the leftovers of whatever's around on Tuesday is still in place. For Wednesday there could be some showers around. One or two heavy ones wouldn't be ruled out. Mostly it could just be patches of rain, enough to be a nuisance, and some places may get away with it for a broadly dry day. Getting the absolute detail at this stage then is rather elusive. Heading beyond midweek, and it looks as though it's low pressure that's over the Atlantic, which makes further inroads in across the British Isles, and with a fairly humid atmosphere and generally lower pressure, is the recipe for triggering some heavier showers. Now those with light winds will be slow moving. There's the chance, if the atmosphere is humid and unstable enough, that we could see some thundery bursts breaking out over the hills at times. It's going to be a hit and miss story then in terms of just what you get locally. Temperatures fairly warm, nothing too special, no heat wave, but not as cold as it will have been over the weekend. And with the humidity comes a legacy of low cloud, and that could be stubborn across many of the hills on, most days later on in the week. Day-to-day variations in terms of just what you get locally, you could find that some places escape often dry, so just keep an eye on your local forecasts. Towards next weekend, just a hint that pressure is trying to build from the Atlantic, maybe again a couple of days where it brightens up, becomes mainly dry, so some optimism there. It's not a badly broken pattern that is in to stay, but just notice still low pressure over the Atlantic. That's always trying to move back in again. So to sum up the overall 10-day outlook, a mixed pattern is perhaps the best one. Some days doing very well, other days seeing some rain and low cloud. It'll be a question then of taking your chances at fairly short notice. There are some suggestions that once we just go past mid-month, we could be a bit more broken, so more unsettled trends may just get in for a time. Once we go, say, past next weekend, all that, of course, is up for grabs at this distance, so we'll keep you up to date here at the Mountain Weather Information Service. Thanks for watching this video today. Bye for now.